There was a soft rap on the door. I stood from my bed and walked over to it. Shoyo, we're back. Is Kei still here? Yes, he's here. We're listening to music. I opened the door so she could see inside. She looked past me at Kei. Your mom wanted you to know she brought back some desserts. Okay. What did you guys end up doing today? Movies. I gave her a knowing look. Alright, she whispered. Then she excused herself downstairs. I stopped breathing for a second when I heard the knock at the door. I was surprised at how little of a reaction she had to me being on his bed. Especially with the door closed. What do you want to listen to next? Can I ask you something? Of course. He came and sat beside me. How come your mom is okay with you having me in your room? He looked at me confused. What do you mean? Well, most parents aren't okay with it. They usually want the door open. He seemed to be seriously considering this. Almost like it's never occurred to him before. I guess it isn't a big deal because she trusts me. Most parents are worried that something inappropriate will happen. She knows that isn't the case with me. I nodded. Did you want something to happen? Closing the distance between us. He put his hand on my leg. I looked from his face to his hand and back again. Well, a smile spread across his face and a small chuckle escaped his lips. Then he was full out laughing. I'm sorry but I had to. When he noticed I wasn't laughing with him, he stopped. No, you didn't. He reeled back. Even I could hear the edge in my voice. I could see him trying to calm himself. Sorry. It's fine. He shook his head and stood. I should go. He walked past me to the door. Thanks for inviting me out. Kei, wait. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to upset you. I was just teasing. Pulling the door open, he stepped into the hallway. I know. His voice was soft. He looked back at me and smiled, but I could see something in his eyes. There was a sadness behind them. Let me walk you out. I rushed to catch up to him, but he was already down the stairs. His mom was crossing the room to sit down. Thanks for having me. Of course. You're welcome here anytime. I was almost at the door when Shoyo caught up to me. He put his hand on top of mine when I reached for the handle. Can I call you later? Sure. There was a pause. Then I twisted the handle. He dropped his hand and let me leave. I watched him walk the short distance from my house to his. I was still standing there when Natsu crossed the street to me. Are you waiting for him to come back out? Yes. You know you could just wait inside, right? After another 5 minutes, I went back inside and up to my room. I leaned against the door, trying to breathe steadily. The leaves in the tree fluttered as a breeze swept over us. So what did you want to talk about? Remember when you were telling me how you liked that girl? Yeah, I think I like someone too. Really? Who is she? It's not a she. Okay, so who is he? My eyes lifted from the ground to his face. Well, Rue. He breathed a deep sigh. I thought you were going to say me. So, are you gonna tell him? No. Why not? Because there's no way he likes me back. How do you know? You at least have to give him a chance to decide for himself. And when he rejects me, we'll drown your sorrow with junk food and movies. So you're okay with me being, as long as you're not into me. I'm good. A week later. Hey, do you have time after school? Rue stood on the other side of the table. I nodded, too breathless to speak. Cool. After school, we met on the side of the building. I waited for him on the bench under the big tree. Did you wait long? Rue sat down next to me. No. So what did you want to talk to me about? Actually, I was told you're the one who had something to tell me. Like what? I could hear my heart beating. Not sure really. He pulled a note from his pocket and held it out for me to take. Someone's keeping a secret from you. Asked Kei. I could feel him watching me. So what's the secret? I wasn't sure what to do. This might be my only chance to tell him. I like you. It was barely a whisper. Oh, I don't. It's okay. I wasn't going to tell you, but then someone gave you that note and I didn't want to waste your time since you came all the way out here to meet me. The words rushed out of my mouth faster than I could think them. Kiss him, kiss him, kiss him. Almost every one of my classmates came around the corner chanting. I was glued in place. Unable to say anything. Dude, that's not cool. You wrote the note too. Didn't you? Rue stood. I didn't. I looked up at him but he wasn't looking at me. I followed his gaze. Calm down. We were just teasing you guys. That's not funny. I could hear the anger in Rue's voice. Kay, you know I was just kidding, right? Do you see him laughing? No. Rue stood in front of me, blocking my view of my so-called friend. Are you okay? I swear I didn't know about this. Kay. His face appeared in front of mine. I tried to focus on him. He was talking to me, but he sounded far away. My friend came over to us. They exchanged a few more words, then Rue was pulling me to my feet and taking me away. Thanks. It was all I could manage. Sure. Are you okay though? You haven't said anything the entire 10 minutes we've been sitting here? I looked around us. We were sitting at the bus stop 2 blocks down from the school. We've been here for 10 minutes? It was like someone unmuted the volume. The noise around us filled my ears. I could hear the brakes squeak as the bus stopped for the light. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to make you miss the bus. I'm more worried about you than getting home. I smiled at him. Just teasing. Rue scoffed. He's the joke. He was shaking his head. Still struggling to push the memory from my head, all I could think was, just teasing.